if someone is not able to form a tax group as they are not able to meet 95% criteria, but then they can still be able to take a benefit of the same group tax losses. Now, how does that happen? The first criteria is they need to be again a judicial resident person. That means those companies need to be incorporated in UAE. And then if they need to have a 75% common interest in between, the ownership interest among this group should be 75%. And start to end is basically it has to be from throughout the financial year. So it has to be from 1st January till December end, that interest should remain, should not change in between. And then, of course, they cannot form if it is an exempt or qualifying free zone because they are not paying the corporate tax. And then they need to maintain the books and account follow the same financial year, and accounting standards should follow the same, so able to club together. And any kind of transaction which is taking place in between and the of an assets movement, it can be done at net book value. So there will be no profit or gain when the transactions are taking place within that group. And the maximum of 75% taxable income can be transferred. We will look at the next example. Just move on to the next slide. So here is company A and B. The revenue is 2 million and 3 million. So company A get a loss of 550,000. Now this 550,000 can be claimed, can be transferred to the company B, which is forming a 75% group. So, I mean, if you see that company B is having a taxable income of 600,000. So if 600,000, the 75% limit applied to is 450,000. So up to 450,000 of company A loss can be claimed from company B. So the amount, the profit which derived from company B is 150,000. And the whole objective of limiting to certain amount is that we know that the company will continue the business throughout the financial year and the next year. So they can carry forward this loss. The remaining loss of 150,000, which 100,000, which is not claimed by company A in year 1, can be claimed in subsequent year from company B. Next slide. Now this is about the tax loss and the relief which the company can get. The losses are, these losses can be only claimed from the year where the corporate tax has been implemented. So the corporate tax has been implemented for a company from 2024, as the financial is from January to December. So the losses which has been derived in the 2024 can be only claimed as a carry forward loss. I mean, they cannot do a claim of 2023 or 22 because during that year, the corporate tax was not implemented. So only the period from which the corporate tax has been implemented, they can claim as a carry forward. And the maximum amount of carry forward is up to 75% of the taxable income of the subsequent year. So they cannot claim 100% immediately in the next year, but up to 75%. But the benefit is like they can carry forward this loss until unlimited year. So the period has not been set off like they can carry for 1 or 2 years. It can be carried forward till the time the business is existing. So, and then no relief in case, yes, it is if any income prior to the effect of corporate tax, and from the asset and activity of income which is exempt, because the income which is not taxable, you cannot claim a set off against that. Yeah, next slide. So this is an example where in 2024, if you see there is a loss of 225,000, which is being carried forward to 2025. And then if there was an income of 100,000, out of which only 75% can be claimed, which is 75,000. So out of 225,000 of 24, only 70,000 is claimed. So balance remaining is 150,000. So the net income of 2025 is 25,000. And 2026, if you see the income is, taxable income is 100,000, 1 million. So out of 1 million, the 75% is the limit of previous carry forward losses to be adjusted, which is 750,000. But we only had 150,000 carry forward. So we adjust 150,000 from the previous year of 2025. So the taxable income balance remaining is 850,000. So on this 850,000 on 2026, tax will be paid after getting the exemption minimum limit of 375,000. Yeah, and if these losses can be carried forward until unlimited years. Yeah.